Hey guys, welcome to Tutu Talk, and this week we're going to be talking about ballet versus hanging out with your friends. I'm going to cover kind of what I prefer and what I think would be best for what you plan on doing, and also how to handle it. So, first off, what I prefer is I'm lucky because I have like 2 days off every week. And like after dance, my dance goes from like 11 till 5 on Sunday and Saturday and Sunday, or 1 to 5, I can't remember. And then, so like after that I kind of have time, or on Fridays I can go to a sleepover and, you know, I can just go home before 1 and then go to dance. So I'm lucky that way, so I can still hang out with friends. And dance is usually later in the night for me, so I still have the afternoon to do homework or to go to like Dairy Queen with friends. And so I'm lucky that way, so I can balance it all out pretty fairly. But if I wasn't having that much free time, like if I was in a actual professional school like Royal Winnipeg or National Ballet or Alberta Ballet or New York Dance SAB, School of American Ballet, then that would probably be a lot harder. Probably the only friends I would have would be in the dance school. But it depends on what you want to do when you're older too. Like I do want to do professional dancing when I'm older, or teaching. Sorry, you can see my dog in the back. But I don't know what he's doing. So if you wanted to do professional stuff, you should probably focus more on doing class and your ballet friends, unless you do have those days off like I do. But if you didn't and you did less dance, then I don't think it would be a priority to hang out with your ballet friends. And if you didn't have that many classes, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Stop moving. Sorry. And so that's kind of my opinion on it. It just depends on what you want to do in life to balance out your time, first of all, for that way. What are the other thing? So that's kind of my my preference to that. But I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I covered how I kind of deal with it. I just kind of hang out with people after school until I get home, dance. I memorize times and stuff, and for when I need to be home. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out. And then for like priority wise, for if you should or be or not. But okay, so maybe if you were thinking of quitting dance and because you wanted to hang out with your friends more, you really have to know what your priority is by the time that you're 10, 11. Rufus, he's chewing on my door. Sorry. And I have my iPod hanging up on my point shoes on my doorknob because the lighting was better over here. And he keeps moving. I'm sorry. And so, comparison of hanging out with your friends in ballet. My studio's incredibly close, but we don't really hang out with a lot of us after ballet-wise. A couple of us do. I see my friend at school, so I see her there and we chat sometimes. But honestly, like the time that we are out of dance is when we want to hang out with our friends because it's the only other time that we have. But I don't think I could give up either one. And it just, you really gotta know what your priorities are. If you want to hang out with your friends more, then maybe you should cut back on dance just a little bit if you still love it. But there's always alternatives. Like maybe you could find a better studio that has better hours, or you could just cut back on a bit. Find, like, if there's a certain level you're in and there's one that's at a different time and there's like a requirement for it, for like being, like there's a requirement for being in my company that you have to do one modern and one jazz class. So maybe you could just do a different level, but there's tons of options for that if you want to balance out friends and ballet. When I tell people that what my hours for dance are, they're like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm just like, it's not, because I think it's because people assume that ballet is like really calm and you're all prissy, snobby, and you don't exactly have a lot of fun. No. No, the conversations we get into my dance studio are just crazy, and I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on in my house right now, so this is kind of shaking a little bit sometimes, but it's really not. So people assume that, like, it's boring, honestly, and maybe it is at your studio, maybe no one's as close as they are, and I'm sorry for that, but honestly, there's tons of ways. Like, unless it's ballet or an actual class, we don't bring our phones to class. But if it's like we're rehearsing by ourselves for Nutcracker because they're really busy, our teachers are busy with something, and they rely on us to learn something by video. So we sometimes will do that. If it's before class, we're just fooling around. We will text, like, it's not a big deal. I'm not really sure. So yeah, it's just really finding what your priorities are. If you care more about hanging out with your friends, then maybe dance isn't the right thing for you. You need to find something that you can still do physically, but you can still hang out with your friends. Just do less. Find out what your favorite. Just know what your favorite style is. So yeah, just know your priorities. But like, we Skype and I hang out with them at lunch, and I find that school is enough, and maybe Mondays and Fridays and Saturday afternoons is enough for me to keep friends. And it's a lot of time, honestly. We get kind of sick of each other. So I keep it all balanced out, and that's basically just finding common ground. So I hope that helped a little bit. I'll see you next week, and that's all for now. Bye.